Marriage is a beautiful thing.
Yes, two people choosing each other.
It does not only join a man and a woman, it joins families. And not all families mix well. Sometimes it joins enemies.
The woman who never smiled at her son's wife. When Amara married Daniel, she did not expect love from everyone, but she did not expect hatred either, especially not from the woman who raised him. Daniel's mother, Madam Eunice, was respected in the community, a church woman, a prayer warrior, the kind of woman people greeted twice. But the day Daniel brought Amara home as his wife, Madam Eunice did not smile. She did not shout. She did not protest. She did not insult her. She simply looked at Amara from head to toe and said softly, "So this is the girl." That was all. No welcome, no embrace, no blessing. From that day, the house changed. Amara tried. She greeted her every morning. She cooked her favorite meals. She washed her clothes without being asked. But nothing was ever right. The soup was too salty. The room was not clean enough. The greetings were not respectful. If Amara spoke, she was rude. If she kept quiet, she was arrogant. And Daniel saw nothing. "My mother is just strict," he said. "She means well." But Amara noticed something strange. Madam Eunice never corrected Daniel, never raised her voice at him, never complained when he made mistakes. All her anger had one direction, her. Sometimes, when Amara entered the room, Madam Eunice would stop talking mid-sentence. Other times, she would sigh loudly and say, "Some people don't know how to behave in another person's home." Yet, when visitors came, she became sweet. "She is like a daughter to me," she would say with a smile. Amara would stand there, confused. Was she imagining it? Or was something being carefully hidden? One night, Amara overheard a phone conversation. Madam Eunice's voice was low, but sharp. "I didn't raise my son for another woman to control him." That night, Amara did not sleep, because she realized something painful. This was not misunderstanding. This was not discipline. This was a battle she did not know she had entered. And this house was no longer a place of peace, when silence became a weapon. After that night, Amara became careful, not louder, not confrontational. Careful. She measured her words. She watched her steps. She learned when to disappear. But wickedness does not retreat when you give it space. It grows. Madame Eunice became subtle. If Daniel was present, she was gentle. If he stepped out, her voice changed. "You're getting too comfortable," she said one afternoon, folding clothes with sharp movements. A woman should know her place. Amara swallowed her reply. Another day, food went missing from the kitchen. Madame Eunice looked straight at her and said calmly, "I don't like thieves in my house." Daniel laughed it off. "My mother jokes like that," he said. But Amara stopped eating that night. Soon neighbors began to look at her differently. Aunties whispered. Church women avoided her eyes. Someone said she was disrespectful. Someone said she was controlling her husband. Someone said she came from a bad home. Amara never defended herself, because every time she tried, Madame Eunice would cry, real tears. "I only wanted peace," she would sob. "But see how I'm being treated in my own house." And Daniel would rush to comfort her. "Amara, you must try harder," he told his wife. "She's my mother. Try harder." As if patience could cure poison. Then came the prayer meetings. Every night, Madame Eunice prayed loudly, not for Amara, about Amara. "God, remove anyone bringing confusion into my son's life. God, expose evil intentions hiding behind smiles. God, let the truth come out." Amara sat quietly in the corner, wondering when prayers became accusations. One evening, Daniel came home angry. "Did you talk back to my mother?" he asked. Amara was shocked. "I only explained." "That's talking back," he cut in. "Not because of insults, not because of rumors, but because the man who promised to protect her was slowly being turned against her." And Madame Eunice? She watched it happen with folded arms, waiting, because this was never about correction. It was about control. And soon, she would make her biggest move. The day the mask slipped. Madame Eunice did not rush. People who enjoy control never do. She waited until Daniel trusted her completely, until Amara was tired, until the house felt heavy with unspoken things. Then she struck. One morning, Daniel's money went missing. Not a small amount, enough to cause panic. Madame Eunice was the first to notice. She searched quietly at first, then loudly. Jesus, she said, pressing her chest. My son, are you sure you kept it there? Daniel checked again and again. Nothing. Madame Eunice turned slowly toward Amara. She did not accuse her. She sighed. That sigh was louder than any shout. Daniel, she said softly, I don't want to believe what my spirit is telling me. Amara felt her legs weaken. I didn't touch anything, she said quickly. Madame Eunice nodded. I know, she replied. But temptation is strong. Daniel stared at his wife. Not with anger, with doubt. That hurt more. The house became tense. Daniel stopped talking. Madame Eunice prayed louder. Amara was treated like a stranger. That evening, Daniel finally spoke. If you took it, he said quietly, just tell me. Amara felt something break inside her. I have endured insults. I have endured lies. But this, she looked at him. If you believe I can steal from you, she said calmly, then you never knew me. That night, Amara packed a small bag, not to leave forever, just to breathe. As she stepped out, she overheard Madame Eunice on the phone. Her voice was sharp, satisfied. Once she leaves, she said, he will remember who truly loves him. Amara froze. So it was true. The money was found the next morning, inside Madame Eunice's prayer bag, folded neatly. Daniel stood speechless. Madame Eunice laughed softly. Oh dear, she said, I must have put it there without remembering. Daniel turned to look for Amara, but she was already gone, and for the first time, Madame Eunice was afraid, because wickedness survives only when it is hidden, and now it had been seen. What lives quietly returns stronger. Amara did not return immediately. She did not run to her parents. She did not tell the neighbors. She did not defend herself. She chose silence, not the weak kind, the kind that heals. Days passed. Daniel came to look for her once. She did not open the door. Twice, she did not answer. The third time she sent a message, I need peace before love. That was all. Madame Eunice waited for Amara's absence to bring relief. It didn't. Daniel became distant. The house grew cold. No one cooked the meals he loved. No one listened without judging. No one softened the edges of his life. For the first time, Madame Eunice had her son back and realized she had lost him. One evening, she tried to speak badly about Amara again. Daniel stood up. Stop, he said. The words shocked her. She never stole from me. She never disrespected you. She endured more than you know. Madame Eunice said nothing because control had finally failed. Months later, Amara returned, not to beg, not to fight. She returned changed, calmer, stronger, clearer. She greeted Madame Eunice politely. No fear, no anger, just boundaries. I respect you, Amara said quietly, but I will no longer accept harm in the name of family. Madame Eunice looked at her, and for the first time, she saw that the woman she tried to break had grown beyond her reach. Some wicked people are not defeated by confrontation. They are defeated by consequences. And sometimes, the greatest victory is not revenge. It is peace.